Okay, YouTube family and friends, I'm back again this evening. Came in from work and I thought about the video I did yesterday, and I just wanted to do a second video to it. I want to just follow up to that video as I just reach out to educators who are out there going through the struggles on a daily basis like myself. So this is Miss Bev's production and weight loss journey. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so and support me on my journey. For those of you who have already subscribed and are watching the videos, I like when you leave comments because I do respond to all of them. And share the videos, guys, if they mean anything to you. If you think that maybe they might be beneficial to somebody, please don't be afraid to share them. My videos are not perfect. There's no perfection anywhere, but just focus on the words or the message that comes forth. And if it can help someone else, please. Some of us are doing the walks. Some of us are dancing where we are. Some of us are just moving because of personal situations that doesn't allow us to walk as we would like to anymore. For sitting in wheelchairs anywhere doesn't mean that we can't uplift ourselves and uplift others through the power of speaking. When we speak positive words, then positive things do happen. So let us not limit ourselves. Let us not ever doubt that we're capable of greatness, because we all are. So tonight, as I said yesterday, I talked to teachers. I am a teacher myself for many years. I've been able to teach in Jamaica for a short time. I've taught in different states in America, and I have spent most of my time. I've taught in New York City. I've taught in Maryland. I taught 1 year in Georgia, in Stone Mountain, Georgia. But I've spent most of my time teaching here in Connecticut. So just watching the videos on YouTube as they come out, and you have students sitting in classrooms, capturing teachers on their little phones and posting it out there to make teachers look bad because they're laughing. They find it funny when their classmates disrespect adults. Just take away the title of a teacher, but just know that these people are adults. They're not companions with these children. They're adults, and yet these young children, 8 years old, 9 years old, high school young people who should have been gentlemen, are just behaving so distastefully, and then they post them and people find it funny. It's never funny. When you have a job or you make a career out of helping people to become better people, to teach them the skills they need so they can choose any careers they want in their lifetime, and yet they take it so, nonchalantly, and they don't make it seem like it's important at all. So the behaviors that we see displayed, sometimes I know that the children cannot do the work that is assigned to them. A lot of times when you look at the background of the kids who really disrupt the class and who are so disrespectful and so distasteful are children who cannot manage. And because of that, they try to disrupt before you have to ask them something, and they feel embarrassed. So sometimes my teachers, the time we take away from the kids who want to learn to address these children who are just disruptors, and attention seekers. They're trying to make sure that their friends see them as a big person, as a person who, I told her, or I showed her, or I showed him, because I saw one video where a teacher was standing waiting for a taxi to go where he needed to go, and This little boy, little thing, can't be more than 13. And the way he was just standing there talking to this man, you know, yeah, you're B man and da 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 da. And the friends were just dying with laughter. And the more they laughed, the more he felt empowered to talk down to this teacher. An educator who went to college, got his training, and decided to come in a classroom to help young people become contributors in society. And you look and you say, why? Because every year we go through it and then we say, I'm so done, we're done. But then here comes the end of August and we start preparing again to go back for more punishment. Because sometimes it seems like it's punishment. And we spend so much time that take to deal with these children who are so disrespectful, who are so chaotic. Their job is to come in and create chaos. That's their job each day. Now they're on their group chats and they want to be the big men, and the big women, and they decide that, look and see today. If she says something to me, watch and see. Or if he ever said something to me, if he even look at me, see what's going to happen. And so they come in ready for the onslaught. They come in ready to just disrupt. They come in ready to make sure that learning doesn't take place. And so the kids who sit there and feed into these things, and who laugh when they act the fool, who laugh when they get up and walk out and they feel good, sometimes we take so much time away from those who are sitting waiting to learn something, and we have to change that kind of setting. When children come in and they're disruptors, and this is what they are, this is the only thing that empowers them and make them feel good. We can't give them that power. We cannot let them take over our classrooms. We cannot let them feel like they showed us anything. So what we have to do, as I said yesterday, is to do the reverse psychology. When they come in, if you're teaching math like I teach math, have some calculators ready. And if the lesson is something where, like, we teach Eureka Math, which has a lot of stories in them, in the lessons. So I know my disruptors are not able to manage. It's easier to give them something at their level, give them a calculator so they can feel successful. When they're acting up and you are at your wit's end, have a buddy system with other teachers who will at least let them sit for a minute and cool out. So they are removed from the situation where their friends are, where they are trying to impress these friends with these negative behaviors. So just try to have a system where one of your colleagues will just hold that child so learning can go on. Because usually they go to another teacher's class, they're quiet. And what I like to do before 6th grade became middle school, I would take a 6th grade student and send them to like 1st grade and ask the teacher to have them sit there. If I called for security, luckily here where we teach here in America, we have support staff available to us. So we have security, we have behavior techs, we have inside suspension people, we have social workers, we have guidance counselors, we have so many support people that we can call to say come and remove John Brown or however. We also have our support in our teams where teachers are available to take a student if need be, so that learning can go on. So I know when you send the big kids in the small class, in the young kids' classrooms, that they have no one to show out to. They have no one to see them and to validate their bad behaviors. And so you get a chance to teach, and at the end you can when they're ready to be part of what's going on, then they can return. But don't sit and fight these battles on your own. Pick your battles and pick them well. Do not, if a kid says you're ugly, it's okay. One of the things I would say, if they say, I am, fat bitch or whatever they say, I would say, please do not forget to add the educated there, because regardless of what you see me as, I'm educated. So I put those things in, and once you say that, they're done. There's nowhere else to go. There's no, there's nowhere to go. So sometimes you find those little things in there, instead of harping on the B word that they called you, who you calling a B, and then they want to feel like, okay, so that bothers you, let me go on some more. Then they will continue. But once you let them feel like, I know I'm fat, it's okay, maybe I have enough to eat, then they have nowhere else to go. And so sometimes, as I said, don't toe-to-toe to them with them, because they're always going to find something to come back at you with. And they'll say things to you or about you that is not even true. And so you're sitting there feeling bad because they're saying these things, but it's not you. I tell them, I say, I'm here to teach you. I'm here to guide you. I love all of you, but I don't like the bad behaviors. I said, at the end of the day, you're going to go home to the parents who allow you to behave this way, and I'm going to go home to my family. So little things, I'll encourage them. Some of them are not encourageable. Some of them are just bent on being a showcase for others. And I will talk to them about their weaknesses, that they're losing out, while their friends that they're trying to impress, they're sitting here doing work, getting good grades, and you're sitting there losing out. So we have strong talks with children. It's not every day that they come in and because we have a curriculum to teach and, oh my God, the principal. No, sometimes you need to drop the curriculum just for a moment and say, guys, let's talk. Let's talk. They need to see us as human beings. They need to know that we have families. We are just like they are. When we're hungry, we have to eat in order to fill that hunger. And when we're thirsty, we're not super human. So we're thirsty, we don't drink water, we just keep going like robots. No, they need to know that we're human beings with feelings just like they do have. And so sometimes we need to just put the curriculum aside and talk one-on-one. Just have, whole liquor vibes with the children. Laugh with them. Let them see you laugh. Sometimes when they say something, you let them know you find it funny. And laugh with them and at them. Sometimes just say, did you just do that? Or did you just, and laugh about it so they know that you're a human being. So we can't go up with straight collars and, we just think we're there to teach them, but we never interact with them. We never have a moment with them so that they can tell us about their baby brother's birthday or their little sister's, they're going to Disney World, or talk about something they did. Let us spend a moment sometimes, drop everything, and just breathe. Just breathe. If we take everything too seriously, it's going to hurt us. Remember, stress is not a good thing. It's not our friend. And so, as I said, find strategies that can help us to get through each day. We just need one day at a time. Don't look at next week and, oh my God, if they're like this, what we're going to do? No, take it one day at a time. And so each day you come in, you might have to come in with different strategies, little different incentives. But the point is to make them feel empowered. Let them feel like they are so good that they will stop doing some things. So when we lift their self-esteem, because some of them don't think much of themselves. They don't carry themselves with dignity and pride. They don't speak with dignity and pride. And so we have to teach them. And when we start telling them, I'm so proud of you. Look at you. You used to come in and disrupt. And I'm so proud of you today, how you sat down and you tried. So let them know that you see them when they have done well. Don't always harp on the negatives, Let them know that you see them when they're doing well. And even though they did not get everything, but they did one part of it, let them know how proud you are that they at least tried. Find the positives, to help them build, because a lot of them, the only thing they're exposed to at home is the cussing and the talking at and the put downs. You're no good. I'm sick and tired of you. I'm so sick and tired of you. And people are so sick and tired of them. So surprise them, as I said, reverse psychology. Surprise them with some good things. I have a student who came in, and every day for the first month or so, or two, comes in, I hate school. School should be only one day for the year. And he would come in and he'd grumble and he'd complain and he would just keep going. And I would say to him from day one, wow, are you serious? One day for learning? That wouldn't be enough. And he comes in the next day and I would acknowledge him and I said, you know, at the end of the school year, you're going to be one of my top students. And he comes in and he complains and he complains. And he do very little work. But when you talk to him or when you get him involved in the discussions, this kid can do stuff. And I never stopped. And now we're 2 weeks before the school year ends. And this boy has really risen to the challenge. He has been doing well. His grades went up from a D to a C. And I mean, people might look at it and say, what, D to a C? I cherish and appreciate those progress. I don't care if they never get to be A students. I'm not looking for A students. I'm looking for the progress that they have made. And so, my fellow teachers, it's not an easy job. It's a tough job. Nobody can say it's easy. Parents with one child has a hard time. They have a hard time raising one. Compared to you with, the most I have in a class is 17, I think, or 18. But just think of that 18. I know it's nothing compared to some who are 40 and 30. You know, so I have to be thankful. But that's a choice I made, because when I worked in New York City, those were the numbers, 38 students sitting in front of you in a classroom. And so when I came here to Connecticut, it's much, much different. The numbers are much lower. But just think, one child at home and mom is tearing her hair out, yelling, you know, I can't take this anymore. I'm sick and tired of you. You're not good for anything. You're this, you're that. And then you send that child with 18 others to sit before one teacher to deal with them every single day for at least 7.5 hours a day. So just think of it and know that it's not easy. I'm in the struggles with you. But one of the things, because when we go to college to train for become teachers, nobody can ever prepare us for the kids that we're going to be teaching. No one can prepare us. But in order to be a successful teacher, you have to have good classroom management skills. You cannot teach in chaos. And children want structure. They need structure. And so we have to find ways to make sure that there's structure in the classroom and that teaching and learning can take place. So love yourselves first and foremost. And sometimes we go through personal struggles. You know, we have problems, husband situation, relationship problems, boyfriend, girlfriend, this, that, and all kind of issues. We can bring them in the classroom. No matter what's going on with us, we have to learn that when we step to that gate, that our personal situations are not involved in our professional situations. No matter what we do, we have to know that we can be picking up the phone and every text comes in that he cussed at you or he's cheating with somebody or is doing something negative, and you're making it a personal situation. You can make it become the children's problem. And so for us to survive, we have to learn to just separate our personal lives from our professional lives. And so that we can go in with a steady hand to teach and a stable mind to focus and to teach. So we're not becoming aggravated. We're not becoming overwhelmed, so that we can teach and enjoy what we do. because we do want to enjoy it, because we invested in it. And so let us try to enjoy the thing that we have loved and have held dear, and make sure that it works for us. So again, strategies are there, people. Find them, use them. Don't overwhelm yourself. Less is more. Anything that you're doing in life, less is more. Don't ever take on too much and then it becomes so overwhelming that it takes away from all the great things that you have done. So go on out there and become awesome teachers. Continue to lead and to guide and to love and to inspire and to encourage and to support. Just go on and do the great things that you do. Because in the end, when we see our children do well, we feel good inside. And when we see one fall by the wayside and they were one of those who were consistently troubled and had no way to correct things, and they become one of those who, unfortunately, we see their end and it doesn't look good, we hurt just as much. So, again, this is Miss Bev from Miss Bev's Production and Weight Loss Journey. Please, if you can't be good, be careful. But walk good. Reach out and lend a hand to somebody who needs a hand to pull up. Remember, all that we have done in life, we didn't do it all by ourselves. Somebody reached down and helped us up. So please always reach out and help someone else up. Be good. Find peace and contentment within. Stay blessed.